June 1st, official kickoff day of the summer, at least in our opinion. It's Beans and Rice. Welcome back. It's host, the Butter Pecan Puerto Rican.
And it's those beefy 666 Jose.
And as you can tell again today, we're without our moderator.
Oh, yeah, dude. Nothing modest about him. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, he doesn't even moderate his own days correctly.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't even know what moderate. Dude, he thought it was an appliance, you know? It's like, dude, you want to be a moderator? He's like, I'm not a robot.
Yeah, he thought it was made from that General Electric, that GE.
And then we posted your threat, you know? You said, hey, I'm going to Tamagotchi the, you know what I mean? I'm going to give you that vasectomy, that Melvasectomy if you don't show up.
And he didn't show up.
So maybe he is getting a vasectomy, you know?
Just to make sure he can... He's going to have to show me his medical work. Forget HIPAA. He's going to show me.
Oh, yeah, he has to. I mean, we're HR too, you know what I mean?
We're everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we're about to cut our costs by 30% by getting rid of him.
So that's like the thing. We've been having to pay him this whole time, you know what I mean? So now it's going to be the third week.
Yeah, third week,
Javi,
not producing any sort of work.
Oh, yeah. He said he was going to call in again.
No call, no show.
You know, he's like, oh, I'm going to call in sick, let you know. I was like, all right, I'll wait for it. We've already started. You know, I didn't see anything that he called in, anything to even show the people that he's still, sick or he's recovering.
So he's not a moderator today. He's not modest. He's really a scumbag at this point. Oh, yeah. But hopefully he gets better.
Not certified. Well, I mean, we've been trying. You know what I mean? We've been trying to make him better.
We can't be doctors either.
We're like, Neo, you make me better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Timbo.
I'm by myself. You make me better, but we're not making him better. You know?
That's Cynthia's job.
Yeah, he's not a movement by himself, dude.
She's literally fostering her own child within her own womb, and he expects her to take care of him.
Taking care of 3 kids right now, she is, you know? So, Cynthia, you're doing an incredible job. Maybe we need to hire Cynthia and have Javi if we can just stay at home, dude. What is he even doing?
Sounds like she can do far more than he can.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, she's got like 8 jobs just for fun. You know?
For fun?
Oh, yeah, just for fun. And then she takes care of the kids, you know, cooks them all lunch, takes them school lunch.
It's housing, it's her kid too, but half of Javi's child within her own body.
Oh, yeah.
The confinements of her. She's putting her body on the line.
Literally, on the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's out there doing, they were renovating the house. Guess who was doing it?
Probably her.
Yeah, how you just holding the phone on the YouTube videos, on the DIYs, you know what I mean?
He couldn't tell the audience, babe. Tell the audience what you're doing, for those that don't know.
You know, so Cynthia's just like, you know, a woman of many hats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she sounds like Tim Allen from Home Improvement.
Oh, she is the Mexican Tim Allen and the woman Mexican Tim Allen, you know what I mean?
Timotea.
Timotea, yeah, they call her Esperancita. That's the one, the Mexican version. This is Esperancita, the woman that can do a lot of things.
Okay.
So. And hope, that's what it also means, you know?
Yeah.
So hopefully she fixes Javi, dude, because, I don't know, she's going to have to, I'm going to have to hire her, you know what I mean?
We're going to have to, yeah.
And then we can have a woman that can be a little bit more diverse.
Responsible.
Oh, yeah, responsible.
More nurturing to let us know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, she's going to be able to probably multitask, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe she'll allow us to get in touch with our feminine side, which may be a discussion we have later on with Unsolved Mysteries on the internet today.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, she'll help with a lot of things. She'll make it look nice in here. You know what I mean? We have this string from like 1876. She'll probably throw away.
Make it look more like a home instead of homey.
You know? We're looking like those collectibles. Homies. R.I.P. Remember?
Yeah, it just looks like a Salvation Army. Just like marched through, dropped off a couple things, and here we are.
Out of the dumpster. You know what I mean? Looks like we're chilling at Oscar the Grouch's house.
We're dumpster children. The Cabbage Patch Kids. What was the other one?
Garbage
Pail Kids.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's what we are. Garbage Pail Kids.
But other than Garbage Pail Kids and the unexcused absence, what are we celebrating today? After Memorial Day, shout out to all the people that lost their memory. Out to Alzheimer's.
The Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
Props to you guys. It says Dare Day, okay? I don't know if this is Drug Awareness Resistance Education Day.
That's what it was? Drug Awareness Resistance?
Yeah, that's what it stood for. Or if it's saying just, you know, like Evil Knievel Dare. I'm going to go with the Evil Knievel route.
Dude, I don't know, because that would be dangerous, you know? It's like, I dare you. Like, kids don't even dare each other anymore, you know what I mean?
Dude, we're like, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month.
Yeah.
Go dare. You should be dared to do something. Or dare someone to do something.
But now what's a dare? It's like now, like I dare you to go phoneless for a day.
Dude, I think most dares you'll just end up getting canceled, right? Like that was the point of a dare. It's something someone knows they shouldn't have done or attempted to do. They do it and they get in trouble for it.
You're in the playground. Oh, I dare you to kiss your crush. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like your crush, she'd be like, "Why?" She'd smack you and she'd be like, "Why did you kiss me?" He's like, "Oh, they dared me." Next thing you know, you fall in love, dude. Over a dare. Now you're in jail, dude. If you just randomly go kiss someone now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like if you're gonna be doing dares, you're also gonna expect to have conjugal visits from that same person, hopefully, right?
And if it was dare from the drug resistance, whatever, dude, I think maybe we might have talked about it before. They always sent the worst officers. You know what I mean?
Well, of course they didn't. They needed the good ones out to fight crime.
Yeah, it's like all the officers you see on TV. The ones that are doing all the bad things. Those are the dare officers. Because now they don't. Dare's like, oh, we don't want them. Now marijuana's legal. We want the kids on meth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're probably the cops that like taste the coke to make sure it's pure, but they've had so much it messes with them now.
Yeah.
Like they test the coke, they test the heroin, the meth, all of the above. PCP.
Yeah, they're third-hand cops, and you're sending them over to school because they got nothing better to do. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, what kind of cops were you sending to the school? You know what I mean?
Listen, you just did meth. You can teach a class on drugs.
Yeah.
Go to these kids.
And they would always bring you they wouldn't even teach you anything. You know what I mean? They would just bring you like a gift. That said
they'd have stickers that would fade away within 2 days.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, how do you want me to remember what it even means?
That's where my tax money went to. Fucking stupid.
Yeah, or they give you like a pencil. You know what I mean?
Stickers.
Yeah. Stickers.
Shitty stickers.
Then they give you, what else would they give you, dude? They would
I'm reminding the audience, we pay for that with our own money.
Taxes. The nicest thing you got after you completed it was a shirt,
Yeah, the dare shirt. And sometimes they had that little lion on there. And sometimes it didn't. The most conventional one being black with the red lettering.
And then now it's you can get one of those shirts for like $80 at a vintage shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people want. That's an item people want.
Yeah, and they're like doing drugs while they wear the item.
Look at this. Like that, the dare program was clearly a failure. Clearly a failure.
Yeah. So both of the dares, there's maybe just dare somebody to do something. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know what was a failure. I remember when they were talking about PCP, which is a very potent drug, and they say it gives you like Superman syndrome. Like, of course, kids are gonna want to do that.
Oh yeah.
You just told them they get to.
Dude,
be like
I'm wearing my Superman
superhero.
Underwear while you're telling me it's gonna give me Superman.
All you're telling me is I can lift cars if I take PCP like Superman. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
And that's men, because girls, it would be like, oh, you just have to get pregnant or be a mom, and you got Superman.
And just get mad, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Someone smacks your baby in the face. Now you can lift the car.
Let your your kid get ran over by a car. And I'll tell the guy to stop right when he's under the wheel to see if you can pick up the car.
Yeah, your baby's crying in its stroller. Someone comes by, teabags your baby. Now you can just lift a jet.
Oh yeah, dude. The Jetsons, dude. Kenny the Jet Smith.
So it's Dare Day. We dare you to dare someone. We triple dog dare you. I guess that means something in the dare world.
I remember one of the dares. Somebody dared me to poke my eye and do like the weird. You poke your eyeball.
Yeah.
You did that thing, and I used to do it all the time, where you just like go like this and you poke it, but I'm too scared to do it now.
Because now you understand. Like I like my sight. I don't want to go blind, even if it's just one eye. Yeah. Do you?
What dares did anybody ever dare you to do anything weird?
I don't remember because I'd always just say no.
Yeah.
I was defiant in that regard, and they're like, "Oh, he triple dog dare you." I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Because
remember, I didn't learn English till I was like maybe 7 or 8. So I'm like, I don't know what that means. That meant nothing to me.
You didn't even know how to times 3, and you're trying to triple dog dare me? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like, I don't know what that means. I don't see no dogs anywhere. This is a public school. And unless the blind kid he just has a cane. They didn't even give him a dog.
One day they
How do blind people know when they should stop wiping their ass?
They probably smell, scratch and sniff. Wipe and sniff, probably, you know what I mean? So you got a couple wipes, swipe and sniff. I mean, I smell. Dude, smell when I'll smell my poop sometimes. So it looks weird.
Do they
have?
Know
what I mean, I'll smell.
I wonder if there's a higher rate of E. coli amongst the blind community. If you know, send us an email.
Dude, that's a good question, dude.
Yeah. That's dangerous.
What do they even eat?
Some level of exposure.
Dude, I've never even thought about that, dude. Dude, that would suck. You have a kitchen.
Smoothies. I don't know.
You have a kitchen you can't use.
Like, imagine buying a place to live. Like, imagine buying a place
That
to
would be
live.
nice because you could live anywhere almost.
Yeah, because you wouldn't care of the way it looked.
Yeah.
You just need enough space to roam. Like,
Imagine the piece of shit like a salesman, the
yeah,
the
just
realtor
takes advantage
that's
of
like,
him.
oh, this is 8,000 square foot home. You
It's
know, your
marble
backyard.
flooring, not like you will know.
Marble floor.
Yeah,
It's laminate the whole time. You know what I mean? It's like you got a
fucking
backyard.
vinyl.
Your neighbors are great. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You got a bunch of hoarders living next to you. One guy has a bunch of pets. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, your neighbors are great. You know what I mean? You're sitting on how many acres of land? You know what I mean?
yeah. If you just keep walking in a straight line, you'll have grass for days. Little does the guy know, it's in the back of a school,
Oh yeah.
right? So the field is really far. He's just thinking it's his own backyard.
Next thing you know, he gets arrested. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for touching kids
For
because
feeling
he
his
can't
way.
see them. Yeah,
Feeling his way through an elementary. You know,
dude, man. Even blind people are getting canceled now.
dude, that would suck, dude. I never thought about that. That's a good freaking
Yeah.
what to eat when you're blind, and then what to Cause dude, think about following a recipe when you're blind. You know what I mean? Oh, get me the
You're
fucking
not following. Get me
the
braille.
cumin, the oregano.
You're
Dude,
like
hey,
feeling
patent
your-
pending. We got to make braille seasonings, dude.
Dude, yeah, we do.
That would be so cool, dude.
That's true.
They have, you know, it's already in the plastic. You can just have them put it
Plus,
on there.
with, like, I'm not even gonna just expose the tricks, but I mean, I'll say one. You click it like once, that's a teaspoon. Click twice, it's
Oh.
a tablespoon, so it's 3 teaspoons. You know what I mean? That way, they know how much to put every time.
Oh, that's cool, dude. That's a good invention. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Patent pending.
Damn, dude, patent pending, dude. But what other days we got, dude?
This is actually, I didn't know this was a day, but it's one of my favorite days now. It's Flip a Coin Day.
Flip a coin,
Flip a coin.
dude. Which with COVID, dude, that's a hot commodity right now. You know?
Yeah, flip a disinfected coin at this point. You can't have those microbes flying in the air. You know, people are gonna go back to normal, not wearing masks, coughing all over each other, sneezing. Where do you think their hands are covering their face? They dig in their pocket, they find a coin, they flip it. You now have COVID.
I actually just handed before I got here. I had some dollars in my glove compartment, and there was a panhandler that said it's like I lost my $1 million job or something like that. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
And he was wearing like a cool little hat, and he's like, anything else? So I was like, oh, then I gotta give him the. You know,
Yeah,
I gotta,
dude, man, if you're funny, if you provide something that is funny, or entertaining of some value, then I feel kind of obligated because okay, it's an equal exchange at that point.
but he was wearing like a cool little top hat. You know what I mean? Like trying to look like a millionaire. You know? Then I gave him my $2, right?
Yeah.
And like I gave him $2, and then I started eating my Chex Mix, and then a couple bites, then I'm like, no.
You got a little bit of iron and copper.
Yeah, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
oh damn, dude. So
Meanwhile, people are scared of getting any vaccines. Like, it puts metal into your body system. It's like, listen, you probably touched metal and then eaten
and your
before.
kid swallowed a coin. You freaking
Meanwhile,
idiot.
they're cooking in a Dutch oven, which is fucking releasing all the iron. I don't want metals in my body.
Oh yeah, dude, you perverts are sitting there freaking eating somebody out on their period. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my Red Wings.
Fucking
Yeah, dude.
popping gum with the wrapper on, aluminum foil and all that
Oh
shit.
yeah, dude. I remember that. Oh, I got a grill. You know what I mean? You put the gum wrapper. Oh, I took on my grill.
Dude, shout out to Paul Wall.
That was the original. Remember, dude, to make your teeth hurt, you leave it there too long.
Dude, well, yeah, because probably some of the chemicals from the fucking gum got into your teeth and soaked in.
Oh, did you do that with the grills?
I did it once,
Yeah.
but I'm like, it's not worth
I
it
used, dude, I used to.
all the
'cause-
time.
Well,
I used
my
to do it
teeth
with
weren't
oranges.
sensitive. That's what's fun.
But
too,
I
the
mean, with oranges, probably worse because it's got citric acid directly onto it.
on your gums.
Yeah,
you have no gums, dude.
Dude, I look like a truth commercial at that point. But instead of cigarettes, it's just oranges. I pop up on screen after that lady was don't smoke cigarettes, and I'm just like, well, don't chew up oranges the way I did.
Oh yeah.
Because I used to make them being like there was the mouth guard for like boxers.
Yeah, you got
and
like that.
stuff. Yeah.
Dude, I remember that. That was pretty fun. The ones that were fun were the little ones, the little cuties or whatever. You know those, because those you can peel like all in one. Remember when that was like a thing to do? Like,
Yeah.
you get an orange, those are hard. You gotta,
You keep peeling it like in
Yeah.
certain sections.
and you'd be like, "Ah," and throw away the orange. You didn't even want an
No,
orange.
You were
I
just
just
happy
wanted
you
to
got
peel
to.
it.
You were just happy you solved the Rubik's cube without having a Rubik's cube.
Yeah. So it's cool. Shout out
But-
to oranges, dude.
But with coins, I mean, you worked with me, and I don't know if you remember how often I always had one dedicated coin that I called the Coin of Destiny, and it would make decisions for me. Like, so Coin of Destiny, For those that don't know, the biggest thing that people don't decide on quickly is where to eat, right? So we come up for lunch, only have half an hour, we gotta hurry. Oh, what do you want? I don't know. So we just write down 4 or 5, however many places, and we do a playoff bracket system, right? You pair 2 together, and one is assigned heads, one is assigned tails, and depending on the importance or the stakes that were involved, pun intended stakes, you'd flip to like best out of 7, best out of 3, best out of 5, whatever.
It'd be a little playoff matchup.
Dude, and the thing is, you'd always see the people you would know what they wanted based off the flip, because right as you flip it, then you could see them knowing like, oh, I know what I want, but it's too late now.
Yeah.
Because if you don't,
or they were too scared to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because if you don't abide by the coin, terrible consequences seek you, and it happened to us because with Abdiel the barber. We decided to go against the coin once, and on our way to the food court, he got hit almost 7 times on the way there. And he's like, never again will we ever betray the coin of destiny.
Yeah, dude. People out here believing in God, freaking idiots. What you gonna do? He has a coin, dude. Yeah.
Dude, man. Money over everything.
What coin was it, dude? That's the guy we should believe in.
It was one of those little plastic, like, lucky... it wasn't even a real dog. Like, I didn't want it to be of any
It wasn't even George Washington.
No. None of the founding fathers. It was strictly just one of those plastic clover ones that you get on...
The luck of the Irish, dude. That's a good one. That's a good coin, then.
That was...
Because, the leprechauns could be good, or they could be turmoil. You know what I mean?
I still use that method today. I carried it into the work I'm at right now. I do it at home. I'm like, I'm just going to flip a coin and have it decide for me.
The coin of destiny, dude. Yeah. Shout out. R.I.P. Well, not R.I.P. It's still staying strong.
Dude, this one's a dance craze that has been going on recently. It's National Hamlik Maneuver Day.
Hamlik Maneuver.
Yeah.
And you tell me which one was the Hamlik Maneuver. Because I thought it was a play, the Hamlet Maneuver. That's what I thought. That's what it was first, when you did the Hamlet Maneuver. And you were doing a play and you got to do the... You know what I mean? But I guess that's not what it is.
No, this is like when someone is choking on, pick whatever object, and you have to stand behind them.
Orange peel.
And then they're like, they make it super complex, even for kids, because they try teaching this. I don't know if they taught you this in elementary, but they're like, make a fist, grab your hand into it, and then you're gonna push up against the solar plexus of the kid.
Make sure their trachea is hyperextended. Facing north.
Solar plexus. Remember, I'm learning English at this point. I'm like, solar's in the fucking sun.
Yeah, solar plex, dude. What is that, dude? You know what I mean?
Dude, that sounds like a transformer to me.
Yeah, it sounds like the finishing move of fucking a Venusaur, dude.
Dude, fucking solar plexus. But anyways, you put that in there, and you just like squeeze as hard as you can to force like air and the pressure, like the muscles to contract, so they can push whatever's in their throat out.
Have you ever had to do it?
I haven't had to do it to someone, but I remember choking on cheese before. Yeah, and they're
Somebody
like,
did it to you?
Yeah, my dad. Because I was like 6.
Oh, damn.
I was like melted cheese, and I was like just stupid. I'm fat and didn't chew it. Tried swallowing it. Started choking. Yeah. And you think I stopped eating after that? No, I went right back to eating.
You picked up the same cheese.
Yeah, just
freaking ate
not going to waste.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say for that?
I
forgot.
Heimlich maneuver, dude. What is it called again?
Oh, they say if you don't have anyone around, and I don't know, because you're like in a state of panic.
You have to like run.
Yeah, you have to run to like a countertop or a table or some edge into your own stomach to do it. But I mean, if you can think of that while you're choking, you're pretty smart.
Calm, dude. Join the Navy. What are you doing eating alone? You know what I mean?
Be a SEAL.
Yeah, dude. I should. I choking, dude. I don't think I ever choked on anything. The only thing that ever got stuck in my throat was not a penis. It was what do you guys call in Mexico? They call them espinas, like the fish. The little.
Yeah, we call them espinas.
But what's it in English?
Shit. The little fish bones. They're the
little fish bones. You know what I mean? The little scale. It's not a scale, dude. It's like
it's
a little spiny spine. I don't know what it is. You know?
I know. They're the small little fish bones.
Yeah, dude. That got stuck. You know what I mean? And it was like poking me.
It's just bones because they say debone the fish. So yeah.
And it was
that's
stuck
awful
in there.
because it would get stuck.
And yeah, and the more I kind of choked, the more it would like go into my urethra over here.
Oh,
dude, but then my grandma was like, "Here, have a tortilla. Yeah, it'll fix it." You know what I mean? I chewed a little tortilla, dude, and yeah, it just like
pushed it right down.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, is it gonna hurt?" I was like so worried. The rest of it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna feel it in my stomach, or I want to poop it out." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, choking, dude, that's no joke. Did you have in school, you did have somebody in school that choked on a coin or swallowed a coin?
Oh, there was always one of those kids.
One of those kids. He swallowed a coin. And he would be missing for like 3 days. You know what I mean?
Dude, because they were fishing out the coin.
Yeah.
There was probably like one of the teachers was probably a coin collector. He was like, here, just poop in this every time.
The coin of
and
destiny.
he's just swishing it around like a gold miner. You know those little buckets?
Oh, yeah.
Just looking for that quarter.
Couple corns in there, you know what I mean?
That no longer minted it. Yeah, beans, right? Just the outside of the bean skin.
Lettuce.
Digest.
You know, that doesn't digest easy sometimes.
Yeah, cabbage.
Oh, yeah.
Onions.
Whew. And then you get the coin, you know what I mean? Oh, what's
Yeah.
that shiny thing? Ooh. Oh, it's a gum wrapper.
Pretty soon you got like extra ingredients to make a chile verde or a taco soup, right?
Oh, that fucking Mexican tortilla soup.
But yeah, National Heimlich Maneuver Day. Watch a YouTube video, save a life. We've saved many. I've
Heimlich
saved none.
maneuvers.
I've saved no lives.
Not me neither, dude. I didn't even know what it was.
Dude, I don't know why they're celebrating this Pen Pal Day. That's going to the wayside. That's not happening.
Pen pal
At least
now
not in the
is-
U.S.
Well, pen pal now is like when it's basically sexting, I feel like. You know what I mean? That's like your pen pal, dude. It's like somebody that you're sexting, you know? It's like, oh,
Yeah,
damn.
how many nudes do
he's
you
so
think
hot.
Pen Pals exchanged? They like took a Polaroid,
Dude, that would
right?
be, dude, that
That
would
was
be
the-
fucking hot.
the
You know what I
first
mean? Back then?
undocumented selfie, and then they just slipped it in the note. Wrote something nice.
I wonder if that's ever happened. It
That
has
had
to
to
happen,
happen,
huh?
Yeah.
Somebody sends like, oh, here's a picture of my titty. Dude, but back then, at least you could get catfish. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if we were talking about this a while ago, but it's like at least it was a person, or even the show, they get a person that's catfishing you,
Yeah.
Now it's like you got catfished by a bot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
You're like,
it's not even
I
a
fell
real
in love-
human.
I fell in love with this person, dude. It's a bot, dude. You know what I mean?
That's why that show couldn't continue. Yeah, you
Yeah,
mentioned
dude, it
that.
was all humans. It's it's all bots. You know what I mean? It's like, how dumb are you? Dude? It's like an auto-generated response.
Yeah, like you ask a question, it clearly skirts your question.
Yeah.
So basically what we're getting at, if you're going to be on these dating apps and to get away from these bots, ask very specific questions. And if they don't answer the very specific question 6 times, chances are you've got a bot or someone really stupid and you don't want either of them.
Yeah, they'll say something, they're like, oh, so what do you think about, what would you say? What do you think about, splitting the bill or something like that, And then the response is, I'm really lonely right now. I wish you were holding me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like who's
You're
falling
like, what?
for this? If you're falling for this, you need to get your priorities in order.
Yeah. I know we just met,
And
but,
you shouldn't vote at all.
but I wish we were showering right now. You know what I mean? It's like, dude,
Yeah.
I asked what your favorite food was.
It's like, do you like pineapple on pizza? And it responds with, I've been lonely for 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the next guy to marry.
My husband is deceased. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Your profile says you're only 18. You know what I mean?
Dude, when did you get married?
Yeah. When was he deceased? You know what I mean? Who
I'm
emerged-
blonde and 5'7", 140 pounds.
Oh,
'Cause I
yeah,
lift
dude.
a lot.
It's freaking Paris Hilton on their thing. Dude, people are just,
Dude, how do you fall for that?
you know,
You know, if you're someone who has fallen for it, send us a message. We'd
couple
like
victims
to
out there, if you want to grief.
we'd like to interview you, right? Ask a couple questions and see what's going on in that head of yours.
Got freaking botted, basically.
Dude, and last one, you mentioned him earlier, Oscar the Grouch Day.
Today's Oscar the Grouch Day.
Yeah, it is.
And were you the one that said, or who was it that was like, maybe it was a comedian, but it was like, no wonder fucking Oscar the Grouch is always pissed. He fucking lives in a dumpster. You know what I mean? People just make fun of him, like nobody's helping him. He's like, why are you mad? He's like, fuck you, I live in a
He's
dumpster,
trying
dude.
to clean the earth.
Yeah. It's like, fuck, dude. The original recycling man,
Oscar the
eco-friendly.
Grouch, yeah.
And why does he have to be Mexican?
Because he's a janitor, basically.
Yeah, but dude, he wouldn't be living in a trash can. That thing would be fucking clean. You know what I mean?
That's true. So he's a lazy Mexican.
He's Mexican American.
He's a first generation born U.S.
Ah, dude,
citizen
freaking real immigrant right here, dude.
from Mexican parents.
Oh yeah, his parents, dude, they're clean.
He's green. He's the green card.
The original green card, dude.
Yeah, he's the green card.
Yeah, and then he got all cocky. It's like, oh,
And Oscar is Spanish for card. I don't know if anyone knew that.
yeah, Oscar. Yeah.
Oscar is
Where's your Oscar? You know?
Yeah, they
right
just
here.
asked for that. So
My card.
for our English speaking only folks, if you need to see if someone has a green card, just say "Tienes Oscar Verde," which is, do you have your green card?
Yes, and also speaking about, I guess I don't even know why this came to my mind, but somebody that listens or a couple people that listen are non-binary. Okay, so that I thought was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Because all listening is like 30% female audience. Shout out to the girls, and then mostly males, and then it was 1% non-binary. So I was like, dude.
So how many do we have? 20 people?
Well, on the thing, how many people on audio? Well, it depends on audio sometimes, dude. Sometimes on audio, people will be like 60, 70 people that'll listen on audio.
Okay.
So what's 1% of that?
You said 60?
A seventh of a non-binary person. You know what I mean?
I guess. But I mean, hey, it shout out.
That's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty. It's interesting to see kind of the demographics that are listening to this.
Well, it's been men and women only. You know what I mean?
Until now.
Yeah, until recently. There's
Is it Demi Lovato?
Non-binary. I don't know, dude, but I think maybe it's Oscar the Grouch. You know what I mean?
It could be.
But
Oscar the Grouch is looking for a different kind of card now.
I just thought it was pretty cool because we're pretty, people are like, oh, you guys are just a bunch of toxics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, wait.
It's like, hey, you know what? Not according to our demographic.
No, we've got one and growing, hopefully.
Yep.
If that binary person happens to be pregnant, that could be the second non-binary
Ooh,
person who's an audience member.
So, yes, that's been pretty cool. But, yeah, Oscar the Grouch, he's always mad. He's Mexican-American, lives in a trash can. He's from California, is what it sounds like.
I mean, if you're in
Would
a trash
you say
can,
that?
I mean, yeah.
And people walked, and
is it funny that California looks like a bent trash can on the map?
That's a good freaking point too, dude.
Yeah.
And then nobody has a problem with them living in a trash can, so California.
Yeah, they don't care about the homeless out there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, you can live here. Just
don't. I don't want to look at you. That's what they say. You can be a person. Just get away from me. I don't want to look at you.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Oscar the Grouch. Hopefully he's doing better, recovering from whatever happened to him.
Hopefully he's had a bath recently or a shower.
Yeah.
Whatever his preference.
A golden shower, probably.
If he was golden, he'd be yellow. So I mean, unless the person I guess has been drinking a lot of asparagus.
That'd be Big
juice.
Bird.
Big Bird is into some freaky stuff.
Oh yeah, dude, he's kinky, dude. You can tell, dude. He's like pretending to be young, and he's like 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that Botox. You know he gets plastic surgery. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Big Bird.
And he just like has a fascination with anal beads. That's what he told me. I talked to him once.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he loved. He loved anal beads.
Oh.
Because he's like, listen, as a bird who cannot reproduce, I want to simulate the feeling of an egg.
And he's not even
out of me. So he
can't
doesn't even stick it
grow
up.
out of being a chick.
He just swallows the beads and pushes
really?
them out.
He
Yeah,
just pushes them out.
He only wants them going one way. He refuses to go up in it. He wants it to be coming out.
Oh wow. Yeah. So what's the deal with him? Because is he going to eventually be a rooster or a hen? What is he? Huh?
I don't know.
Is Big Bird non-binary?
He looks like a yellow ostrich at times, or like an emu, right? Or an oversized kiwi that happened to learn to, I don't know. I just don't know. To talk. Unidentifiable. Flying object. Non-flying object.
So
UNFO. He's a UNFO.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what he is. Is he gonna grow up to be a rooster? Is he gonna grow up to be a chicken? Or what's because he is a chick, isn't he? Technically, like a
Well, yeah, because he's
like a little chick,
a fluffy
'cause
yellow.
He's a baby.
Yeah,
so he could maybe even be a duck.
he could be a duck, ugly duckling.
Maybe that's why they say bird. You know what I mean? Because they don't know what the fuck he's gonna be, dude.
He's androgynous at this point.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah,
we just trace back the history of Oscar the Grouch and Big Bird.
and Big
dude.
Bird all in one episode.
Yep.
Who would have fucking thought that, huh? You thought you tuned in. You thought you would just get only satire. You're still getting only satire, but with a PBS type education.
Yeah, dude, learn something, dude. Big Bird, you don't know what he is, They're like, oh, I love him. Who? Big Bird? Whoa. It could be a her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be very hurtful the way you're
It could be
addressing
a vow,
Big Bird. Yeah.
the non-binary term that we've decided. I mean, it was already coined by the Bible, but thou.
Yeah. Thanks to Jesus Christ, dude. But yeah, so there's that was the last national holiday, huh?
Worth noting, yes.
So yeah, so it was Memorial Day. And is there any people left from Memorial Day? There's maybe a couple, right? Like from
World War II?
Yeah, there's only
probably
a little bit.
handful. They're pretty old now.
What would you say, like in their 90s or 80s?
They'd probably be 80s, 90s. I don't imagine any of them being less than 70 years old. Like, as far as fighting in the war.
So which ones are the ones that are of like the Vietnam War?
Yeah, the Vietnam veterans, those ones are still, like, there's quite a few.
Like,
Although
how
I
old
think
are
they-
those? Like 60 maybe, or 70?
50, 60, yeah. Wait, when was the Nam War? 80s, right?
Dude, I don't know. I feel like they would be really old.
Well, that was a Cold War. Jesus Christ, I'm awful with history at this point. I mean, I'm only good with certain history, and that has nothing to do with the history I read, which is awful. But I think that I read somewhere where the Vietnam veterans, there's like a high amount of suicide amongst them all. But I guess they were all like, not all. That's a terrible comment to make. They're not doing all
Most of
with
them.
that. Many of them were experimenting with like drugs when they were out there, just in
Oh, well,
Vietnam.
yeah, I heard back then they would also give them, like, they get hooked on morphine, you know what I mean?
Amphetamines and stuff. Yep, just to stay awake.
They shoot, is it adrenaline? Is that a thing that they would, or there
I
would
think
be,
they
like,
used to
another
shoot
thing that they
adrenaline.
would, yeah, they would shoot on them because they're like, oh, his leg just got blown off, you know what I mean? And then, boom, they shoot him on that, then they get hooked, and they come back to
And they're drug
the
addicts.
U.S., and they're like, oh, dude, you guys don't get any benefits.
Yeah. They have withdrawals, which is terrible. Especially with those kind of drugs that can be actually lethal. If they're that addicted to it and they immediately go cold turkey, it could kill them.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, and now, like, PTSD's the thing now, but back then it probably wasn't.
Oh,
the
back
thing, you know
then
what
they
I
were
mean?
just like, grow up, you came back from a war, thank you, but move on with your life.
And you wonder why your dad never loved you? Why he
Yeah.
never wanted to hug you?
Dude, he saw some shit no one wants to see.
Yeah. He's
And
like,
they weren't
"Stop."
helping him for it either.
Yeah, so that would probably be rough to be one of those guys that went to the war back then, you know what I mean?
It had to be tough, of course.
And then just imagine you're still alive and you see how like sensitive people are now. And you have to live with that too, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, dude, I literally somebody freaking cut off my fingers and you're sitting here complaining about
words.
you know, yeah.
Well, I saw a meme like that, and it said something about like 1700s. I can't remember I think it was 1800s. It's like Black Plague or whatever, right? Like all these plagues, right? Then it said it just kept going in like decades or something. And you're right, like it went through like the World War II, World War I. It's like, oh, their complaint. I have to fight in a war. Oh, millions are dying due to the Black Plagues. And then we're dealing with 16-hour work days, right? No unionization. Like work would just work you to the bone and core in the capitalist world before all of the regulations came in. And then it said 2000s, right? And on. Oh, your words offend me. Yeah, imagine that.
Nothing has
Yeah,
happened.
imagine you being shot at, seeing people die like for war for the country, and then you come back, and you're just seeing these people.
Or
I
where you
don't-
had to ration stuff, you know, like the Great Depression.
Yeah, where you didn't know
Oh,
where your next meal was coming
yeah.
from.
It's like you couldn't even find money or anything. You know, you had to like stand in line. Oh, you got like a handful of rice.
We should get someone that's of that age in and interview him.
Yeah, I had this guy. I'm not sure if I told you, but I think we were talking about like it was like a national driving day or something like that, or I can't remember what it was. But this guy's name was John, and it was my neighbor's dad, and he was in the war and stuff like that. And he was like, "What's the ones that fly? Is it the
Pilots?
armed? What is it? It's not the armed forces. Which ones? The ones that fly? Like,
Well, the Navy has the most. But I think you're talking about the Air Force.
yeah, the Air Force, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he was one of those. He was like a pilot, and then he was like in an accident, and I don't know, something blew up with like the plane or something, and they got like glass in his eye.
Oh man.
So like he could still see, but since his eyes weren't perfect anymore, he couldn't be a pilot anymore.
Sure.
And for them, that was like, you know, it was like such a dishonor that they couldn't even.
It's
He
funny
couldn't
that
even
they
like
think of it
forgive
as
himself.
dishonor.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's like, oh, I can't even defend my country or like.
Which
and
is
he's like-
interesting because it's like it wasn't even his fault.
And he felt like just like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
I could, it's like I can't even help them. Can't even, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, but it's like that conversation got brought up because I was so excited, and we're talking about how just like the different eras, or I was gonna say genres of generations. Yeah, of people. So I was like there, and I had just got my driver's permit, and Shelly, his daughter, let me drive there, you know. And I was like, oh damn, my dad wouldn't even let me drive, you know what I mean? So it's like she's teaching me how to drive on a freeway,
Yeah.
going away to like Bountiful or something like that. She's like, guess what, Dad, Jose drove here. He's like, how old are you, kid? You know, I'm like 16. He's like, when I was 10, I was driving planes already. And he's like, that's how I met my wife, Leona. You know, she's like, she lived like in another town and I had to like fly the plane there. And then we would go to school together. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, dude, sorry, dude, I just got my license. You know, and I felt like an idiot. You know what I mean?
It's like I'm a product of my time. Like that wasn't my choice.
Yeah, dude.
Most 10-year-old boys would love to fly a plane.
Dude, that would be cool. But, dude, how crazy was that? That he was driving a plane.
Well, there's probably like 4 buttons that you just flick on, right? The ignition, the turning, the steering.
Wright
like,
brothers plane, dude, it's like, yeah, dude, it was going 5 feet in the air.
Dude,
you know
it's
what I
just
mean?
dropping down and getting its eagle on in the air. It's just flapping.
Yeah, but he was like not amused that I drove. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, bah.
He was unimpressed.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, dude. I thought he was gonna think I'm cool. You know, it's like, oh, dude, I'm gonna tell this freaking senior citizen I drove here. It's like, fuck off.
Completely dismissed it. He doesn't care. He's seen worse.
Yeah, dude, he blew his freaking eyes out with freaking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What's gonna impress him after after surviving shrapnel to your eye? What could possibly be impressive?
Not even my Mexican work ethic. You know what I mean?
No, he's like,
his was even better. You know what I mean?
He's like, I'm dishonored at myself
Yeah.
for experiencing this, and it wasn't his fault.
It's like, I hate my eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate that I can see.
I don't want to see your work ethic. I don't want to see it all.
So yeah, shout out to him, and then he passed away because they freaking took his teeth out. But R.I.P. to John. But yeah, dude, freaking John the Baptist. Now that John, all of them are gone. You know what I mean? And he actually suffered. We were talking about memory and Memorial Day. Well, technically, he served Memorial Day, and he lost his memory. Double memorial for him. But one day,
triple because he's dead now.
Triple, yeah. So, dude, one day we were driving, right? And his daughter, Shelly, she was like a Barbie girl. And she was already old. She was like 50 or 60, but she would
Barbie,
be
like she wanted to look and act like Barbie or collected Barbies?
like she wanted to look and just, oh my God, you know, she would like freak out.
Got it.
Oh
Okay.
my God, it's so cute. So, and she was like 60, she would act like she was like, you know, like a little kid still.
Sure.
And we were driving, I don't know where we were going, dude, but John was in the car too, me and Shelly, and his wife Leona. So we're driving, right? And it was like somebody just had parked like on the side of the road, and they had like fresh watermelons for sale, you know?
Okay.
And she's like, oh my goodness, Mom, look at those fresh watermelons. Oh, they look so good. It's like, and then she's like, I want some. And then John's in the back, he's like, we're not getting shit, you know? He's like, keep going, you know? So like the mood goes from like freaking out about watermelons
to
just like super, just like everybody's sad. You know what I mean? I was just kind of laughing, you know what I mean? Because John's a dick. And then we're just like not even like 2 minutes
John
later,
was just being his true self.
not even 2 minutes later, John's like, what the hell's going on? Why is everybody so quiet? He's like, well, we saw some watermelons back there, you know, and Shelly wanted some. He's like, well, turn around and go get the damn things. And then we just started laughing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that made up for it. Fucking John forgot about the fucking watermelons.
Yeah, he just stated his piece. He apparently didn't care if you got them or not. It's like, yeah, fuck the watermelons. I'm like, oh man, well if you want them, go get them. Yeah. I'm just telling you my opinion.
Yeah. So
back when words didn't hurt people, apparently.
Yeah, but that was pretty funny. You know what I mean? He's just
yeah,
like,
it's pretty funny.
Dude, freaking guy, but
yeah. With, I mean, I guess what are they always call the first of, I mean, Memorial Day is like the unofficial kickoff of summer, right? So what do you think is going to change now with COVID going to the wayside because of these vaccinations?
Dude, I was going to say COVID doesn't exist, but Javi wouldn't agree.
I mean, he tested negative, so.
Well, dude, I don't know. We'll have to ask him. Dude, we'll have to ask him about his, he got the UK strain probably, you know? That freaking, dude, the UK one, because you know in the UK.
And he knew, too, like, the vaccination, when they put it in his arm, he just goes, oh, fuck. But they're like, oh, this is an American. But if he would have been like, oh, bloody hell, it would have been like, we're going to kick it into high gear, you're not going to get sick.
Bloody. But yeah, dude, just think about the UK strain, dude. That one's probably worse, because first of all, they don't even shower, you know, they don't brush their teeth.
Dude, they wave wands like it's nobody's business.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They're wizards, you know what I mean?
Wizards don't even care about COVID.
Yeah, so they think it's like it's only on stations 9 3/4. You know what I mean? It's only there, dude. Dude, their strain is getting so
It's
strong.
like, do you think the Ministry of Magic has time to worry about
Oh, no,
COVID?
dude, fucking Voldemort's making the strain extra hard over there, dude.
So
That's
they
the
got Dementors.
Yeah, that's why it's like the UK strain's a scary one now. You know, that's what they say. Oh, they got the UK strain.
Dude, man.
You
And
know?
you thought Mortal Kombat like Shang Tsung is pretty terrible. Dementors are basically like Shang Tsung, but there's thousands of them. They just suck your soul out of your body. They just can't transform. That's the only difference. He has one better magic trick than they do.
Yeah. So we'll see when Javi gets here. You know what his new excuse will be. You know, vasectomy. You know, he said, "Oh, I'm."
If he shows up next week.
Yeah, Corvin. You know what I mean? Now he's all these things that he's.
He's like, dude, they gave me the Corbin Blue shot.
Yeah, I was like,
Like
what's
what?
that?
The guy from High School
The
Musical?
cordon bleu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the COVID cordon bleu. It's like, what's that, dude? Yeah, they mixed it with a little bit of swine flu in there.
Dude, and
you
of
know?
course it doesn't work because cordon bleu is French. The French always surrender in wars.
Oh yeah, dude.
Happy Memorial Day. And yeah, that's what this comes down to.
That's their Memorial Day.
Yeah.
All their
They're
surrender.
surrendering. The white flag. All they do is wave a white flag.
They have National Surrender Day. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Not Memorial.
Then they have National White Flag Day, and they play music, and I believe it's an American artist, Dido, right? There will be no white flag above my door. Except they just edit the part of the no, there will be no white flag. They'll just say, there will be white flag above my door.
And some in the hotel industry, that means you're having sex or something like that, isn't it? So not to clean, you got to leave the towel outside, and then that way they know you're having sex or something like
I mean,
that.
that could be. Or you could leave a crusty sock, whatever you prefer.
Oh, dude, crusty socks. That's gross, dude. But speaking of Memorial Day, really quick, it's like, isn't it weird how like a lot of people died, and but it's like we're so far detached from it. To me, I'm just like excited I don't get to work on a Monday.
Well, we're detached from it because, I mean, remember, we were in isolation. So on top of lacking like the interaction with people, and I know it's online, right? You can see it online, but there's no tangible connection to it. And I personally didn't know anyone that passed away, thankfully.
Yeah, from
But I know people that have known people that have passed away from it. And then there's the stigma, I think, that really ruins it, sadly, for those that may have truly died away from it, is they just always wrote it off as a COVID death, even if that really wasn't the case. They just happened to have it when they died, which I think is disrespectful to the deceased, in my opinion, right?
I was just talking about the soldiers. That's what I was talking about.
I thought you were talking about COVID death.
No, dude. I was talking
okay.
about the soldiers.
Well, I mean, yeah,
See, and that's my point, is that it's so far removed. You're like, you think we're talking about something else.
But we're not seeing it anymore, because wasn't there a law passed where they can't show war on TV anymore?
I don't know.
I
dude.
swear that's a lot.
I remember they used to have like PBS or one of those. Remember when we were kids?
Yeah,
They had
you
like
get
a
to
show
see the
that
war.
you get to see like the war and stuff. Like, oh, what the heck's going on?
I'm pretty sure there was some sort of bill or something that was passed where it is not, you're not allowed to see it anymore.
Yeah, because the thing that I find weird is like, now who wants to even join the army? Kind of, you know what I mean?
They have to recruit hardcore, I'd imagine,
Yeah.
because people are so comfortable in the comfort of their own homes. You can do so much with little to no effort.
Now they got drones. You know what I mean? It's like, dude,
You're just flying them.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's the one thing with the army. It's like, dang, dude. And then I always wanted to join, but they would put weird myths out there. You know, be like, oh, you can't even join the army if you have a bunion, you know, or if you're flat-footed.
feet,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? I'm like, dude, I got both, dude. Like,
Yeah, why would they want to live? They were just trying to weed other people out. They're so
and
restricted.
it backfired on him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're like, nobody wants to.
Because,
do it.
dude, I wanted to join the army. Be like, oh, you made me self-conscious about my feet. You know what I mean? Now I got to sleep with my socks on.
Now
Because
you
of the
got
fucking
those-
army gave
those
me
commercials are
PTSD.
like,
The few, the proud, the Marines.
And I don't know. I don't know if that makes anyone want to join. Maybe.
Maybe now it's scaring people. Huh? The few.
Well, imagine being in the military.
Now, okay, sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
The few,
Proud boys.
no,
Marines.
Marines, right?
Yeah.
And what do they say about Marines or sailors?
They cuss.
They're proud. A lot of them are.
Gay.
Isn't that weird? Did they do that on purpose?
I don't know. Maybe. That's subliminal messaging.
You know what I mean?
Maybe they inadvertently made them also gay. I don't know. Who knows? Subliminal. Like they got into their minds and like,
Or,
oh, I guess I have to be at this point.
or maybe, yeah, they were like recruiting.
And they stopped that whole don't ask, don't tell thing now, right? It doesn't matter.
What's that one?
Nor should it matter. Like they wouldn't allow anyone who identified as
Oh,
like
who was
gay.
gay? Dude,
Yeah, it's like if you're willing to put your life on the line.
Yeah, and that's why nobody wants to join the army. Like we're talking about, you know. It's like,
yeah, it's like,
oh, we don't want gay people. We don't want, you know, if you identify as this, you know. It's like, well, now, dude, you weeded everybody out. You know what I mean? I'm flat-footed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah. So it's like,
listen, who cares if what they want to have sex with if they're willing to put their lives on the line?
And you're supposed to be like super macho that nothing's supposed to scare you because you're the few, the proud, but you're scared of a gay person? Huh?
Yeah.
Dude, so how am I going to defeat this army? Oh, let's just get a bunch of gay people and they'll surrender.
Maybe that's what we should. We should throw like pride parades out in the Middle East and see if that settles things down a bit. I'm kidding. That'd be a terrible idea. That'd be war. But I'm saying that was my joke. They're so scared of it that they would.
It's like, yeah,
they'd
you're
run.
so scared of this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you going to run to? You know what I mean? It's like, God. But that always baffles me how people, dude, it's like 2021. What are you scared of, dude? There's like literally now, there's like nothing to be scared of. Like people don't even believe in God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
there's the UFO thing that was like, and that's where I was getting at. Like, think of how weak weaker the generations keep going. Not but per person, right? That they're still like phenomenal athletes, peak performance. In fact, I think we're seeing an increase in like
athletes,
peak performance for athletes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if you were as lazy as you would have been 60 years ago, you are weaker now than that lazy person 60 years ago. But yeah, you got aliens now, maybe, who knows, whatever you believe in. They could be invading us. And, you know, are we ready for them, right, physically? No. But I don't think they'd be aggressive, in my opinion.
Yeah, because
if they were already here, they would have attacked.
Yeah, they have to be, to me, they would look frail. Like, you could get a magnifying glass, burn them. You know?
Dude, look at E.T. You ever watch? E.T. is a top 5 favorite movie of mine of all time. And he was just like, he just loved plants. He would heal plants. He just ended up fucking getting sick. It never explains why. I think it's just
COVID.
He was disconnected. Yeah, he had the first COVID case. He turned white. He started looking like a muddy buddy from Chex, right? Yeah, laying on the ground, wanting attention. And then they ditched him for fucking government experiments. But he died, and then he came back to life when his family came back. But it's like, look, those are peaceful aliens. Every alien propaganda movie has been shoved down our throat is that they're aggressive.
Yeah, I think like if aliens wanted to destroy anything, it would already be destroyed. You know what I mean? Yep. It's like, dude, you can't see them. You can't, you know what I mean? It's like they're basically like, oh, you know, we can just, this planet's cool. Let's chill in the ocean because these guys, their best technology is a submarine. You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, they do both at the same time.
Yeah, fly and, you know what I mean?
And submerge.
Dude, how shitty is our technology that submarines are still a thing? You know what I mean? We can go to Mars.
It's just a boat with a hard top.
Yeah.
It's a boat with a hard top.
Like, we can go to Mars, but we can't go, you know, in the ocean, basically.
We can't go, like, past, what is it, 150 meters? Yeah, 300 meters? I don't know what it is. But I know after a certain amount of time, it would kill you, or we can't like even make pressure, a craft that gets, like, completely compressed.
Isn't that so fucking crazy?
That is fucking crazy to me.
That's like the ocean. I mean, that's what I think is crazy. You know, there's like so many weird
and there's
things.
Fish down there, or other like species or animals.
I mean, they're the plesiosaur. You know what I mean? I bet you there could be one there. Why would it even need to, if they can swim so deep? You know what I mean? Why would it even need to freaking go and land? You know,
why would it bother? Yeah, who cares?
If they can live indefinitely underwater.
It loves being in the dark. It doesn't care about sunlight. It doesn't need vitamin D.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a couple T-Rexes on there. It's like, I wonder how many freaking species, like remember when the tsunami happened in Japan, dude? Shout out to Japan. That's all we've been talking about lately.
Oh, yeah,
but all the weird creatures, like they found like 20,000 new species because of the tsunami.
They all washed
remember?
up, yeah.
And like, oh, what's this? Somebody's like, oh, they caught a mermaid. You know, this is a mermaid or whatever. They're like, dude, no, it's not.
It's a new age Pokemon.
Yeah, but yeah, like that. That's what the ocean sometimes, like, that freaks me out. I get freaked out about space just thinking about it sometimes, you know?
It's just too much for me.
It gets overwhelming, yeah, because, like, oh, dude, this fucking asteroid. Then you start looking, you're like, oh, dude, fuck, I can't look.
Yeah, I don't like hearing those news. Scientists predict, and there's a lot of them are just
it's always clickbait
nonsense.
Oh, I hate it, dude.
But at the same time, it's like, yeah, what would we do?
1 in a trillionth, you know what I mean?
Could we do? Like, you know the movie Armageddon? Yeah, right. We wouldn't be able to do that in today's day. And Armageddon was made, what, 20, 25 years ago?
Freaking Elon Musk, dude, this freaking, rockets freaking, you know what I mean? They fucking explode all the time.
Yeah, meanwhile, he wants people to have access of, like, through the internet on their head. Dude, learn how to
Dude,
blow
that
up
would
asteroids
suck
first.
though, huh? Dude, you can't even go to bed. Imagine that, dude. You'd be so
What if you got
weird
hacked?
eventually.
What if you got hacked?
Well, I have seizures. Maybe that's what's happening, dude. I got the original Neuralink
Dude,
or whatever the hell it's
dude,
called.
you're a real life Neo. You're literally the gateway to the fucking Matrix.
Freaking just put me in there, dude, and yep.
Yeah, people don't think like I don't even like the idea of automated cars. What if someone hacks into your car, decides to swerve left on the freeway or right off a cliff? You're dead. There's nothing you could do.
Well, dude, even this is how funny it is. You're talking about automated cars. Like now we have, I guess, automated fucking gasoline, and that the pipes got hacked. You know what I mean? Nobody has gasoline. I was like, you literally don't have that fucking. You know, you can't just a little wheel and fucking turn it. You know what I mean? Now you depend on
technology. Yeah. See, like, why don't people think of these stuff? And they're like, oh, we'll have the best security. It doesn't matter because if you can build it digitally it will be torn apart easily, just as easy, if not more easily.
That's what I had said about Bitcoin. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like all those things that are starting to go down. You think a solar what the hell did you call it earlier?
Solar plexus.
Yeah, you think a solar plexus, you know, from the sun is Bitcoin's gonna survive that, dude? The freaking mining?
Dude, it's not gonna be able to. I mean, look at the plants. Plants are thriving despite us ruining the earth, right? Solar plexus is alive and well.
Plant coin, dude.
Dude, and well, that's the thing about like the Bitcoin too. Isn't it based basically on the value that people place on it? It's not backed by anything other than people's word at this point.
Yeah, but now the government's getting involved, and now it's
Of
like
course they're gonna
Elon
get
Musk was
involved.
like, oh, it takes a lot of fuel to
mine anything.
yeah, to mine it. So he's like, oh, you know, we're gonna stop accepting it until you're able to mine it with less
More
fuel.
responsibly, yeah.
Yeah, so even there, you know, he just bought a bunch of it, you know what I mean? And he took a big OL, you know what I mean? It's like, because now he's like, well, you know, I'm driving electric cars, doing all this cool thing, but I'm telling you
You think that's like the big thing now? Because back in the day, with the lack of technology to like spread the word, like you had to wait for a paper to be printed. It's a week late already, and as things develop, it's just constantly late. And even then, people were a bit more conservative, withdrawn from the world. They were more interested in focus on their own families. But now not everyone, a lot of people want to get rich. They see this like scheme, this thing. So more people now invest in it as opposed to like the 1% that is aware of it. More people are aware of it, but more people in adding or participating in these things makes it volatile, right? Because now, if it doesn't go anywhere, instead of the 1% who, if they're affected, it doesn't affect them, you've now affected millions of people who have invested their life savings into it.
Yeah, so
Which I'm not, that's their fault, right? Like, invest wisely if you're going to. And everything's a gamble at this point, quite frankly. But it's different. Like, if you have millions, losing a couple mil is not as big as a deal as someone who makes $45K a year losing out on $12K.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, and it's crazy that you brought up, I mean, just the fact that you said like a newspaper, you know what I mean? Like now there's like not even newspapers.
No, I remember they used to sell newspapers in like these metal, like steel or iron bins. Because I remember hitting one once, thinking like, it wouldn't budge. Like I'm assuming it was iron, some heavy iron.
Those
don't see them anymore.
They were better than the election drop-off ballot boxes.
Ballots,
you know what I mean?
Fucking actually secure.
Yeah, those ones you couldn't get a New York Times. Try to get one out of there, dude.
God, man.
That thing was like you couldn't even. I mean, it was probably like dynamite or something.
It was just like a Brinks truck, just right there.
Yeah.
You're not gonna blow it
You
up.
couldn't run it over. You know what I mean? It cut a car crash. Dude, it was split in half.
It just slice it right through the middle.
Yeah, and then would ask you to pay for it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you damaged.
It's charging
it.
you $3 for the ATM.
Yeah. So yeah, dude. So that was pretty wild. And then, dude, even in our first job, do you remember they would always have the paper for us? Like they'd had like the Deseret News.
Oh yeah.
Salt Lake Tribune, and you could read it. You
Yeah,
know, they'd have
I'd grab
on
it
the tables.
every once in a while. Read it. We'd read sports articles.
Yeah,
and
that's what
stuff
I would
like
do.
that.
Read.
Yeah.
That's how I got into the jazz. You know,
Yeah.
because of the security guard, and then she'd always like, "Oh yeah, read the paper after me," and I would just read all about the jazz. And I was like, "Oh man," but even that was like a way to meet people and like be pen pals.
Socialize.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, or do you see this? You know what I mean? And everything was just like sitting there. It's like, oh, I guess I'll read the paper if you're kind of bored, you know? And that was some good information. Like, you know what I mean? Even if it was stupid or not, you still kind of gather some information. Now it's like everything's so tailored to distract you on your phone. You know,
Yeah,
now
well-
on a break, you're like, oh, I'm watching a stupid video.
Well, there's so many options now. You don't even commit the time to reading the article.
Yeah.
Just, oh, they won, they lost. Okay, cool. You're not reading. So imagine being a journalist now. Like, okay, you might get the clicks, which maybe that's all they need, but who's truly reading the article at this point? They're probably gonna skim through.
Yeah, everything's probably about the clicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've tried subscribe to like The Athletic. It's like has like sports journalist. Dude, I've read maybe since I subscribed maybe like 5 articles. And before, when it was like on the newspaper ones,
Yeah,
I
you
would
go
love
out
to
of your
read
way
it, bro.
because you know that's just what it is.
Yeah, I would like love to read the sports ones. Now I just can't read it. I don't know why. I just like don't want to be like on a tablet or on my phone reading it. It's weird. You know what I mean?
There's something to be said about like the tangible being able to hold like a book.
And the newspaper's so big. You know what I
mean?
mean? You can just like glance like on your phone. You go to like
Scroll.
yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of having something like even for books. I hate reading on my phone. I'd rather actually read an actual book. Turn a page, see it. I don't know. I don't know if it's primitive, but I mean it's what it is.
And something just about reading is, we got to read probably today about the unsolved mysteries that there is about the world and people and people needing help.
Yes, it is.
So we're gonna see what kind of mysteries we dug up today, host.
Yep. So it's on Reddit. The username, shout out to you, is hold on, let me find it again. I don't know why it refreshed after doing that. E.I. Carter is the name. E.I. Cater.
Like-
Cater.
Like freaking
Like
Nelly.
It's Nelly's burner account.
E.I.
Uh-oh. Sorry, I found it. It's E.I. Caker. Okay? So maybe it's from St. Louis. Who
He's
knows?
caking, that sounds like a porn star almost. E.I. the caker.
He or she, whoever this is, whatever they identify as, E.I. Caker from Reddit asked, boys, which I'm assuming this is why they're a boy, if it was considered more universally acceptable, what is a girly thing you would do?
Girly thing you would do.
Yes. So we're going into these whole social constructs and why these things were dangerous for people.
One thing I would do more is take a bath. You know what I mean?
Like sit in a tub.
Yeah.
You know what I found out? So here's one thing. I've always been against baths, not because I think they're girly, but because I think they're gross, right?
Same.
Like you're sitting in your own filth. And then someone told me, I found this out 2 years ago. I was at work. They're like, host, you should take a bath, help unwind and de-stress. And I go, well, I do need to unwind and de-stress a little bit. Bath is not going to help me. And they go, why? It's going to stress me out. I'm sitting in my own filth. I go, no, that's what you literally clean and shower yourself first, then you take a bath. I go, that's not environmentally friendly at all. First of all, taking a bath, you're filling up and using a ton of water. Right?
That's like when they ask you when you go to a pool, you
Water
shower
before you
first
get in the
and then
water.
you get into the pool.
Yeah.
Nobody does that,
No,
dude.
no one does that. People shower after they hop out of the pool.
Yes.
But, when I found that out, I'm like, I still want to do baths, but at the same time, I don't want to do that. So I won't do it because I'm filthy. I'm not going to sit in my own filth.
Well, see, and that's part of my train of thought is because, we think that girls are way cleaner than us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe they're not, dude. Maybe they're fucking savages
Maybe they're worse.
too.
Yeah.
Dirtier than us. So yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing that it's acceptable for girls. Dude, they're so dirty. They got to throw fucking bath bombs. They got to throw crystals. They got to throw a damn spell in there.
And their skin isn't better than us because of Maybelline or CoverGirl. It's better than ours because they're covered in their own filth. Dude, the bacteria doesn't even want to touch them.
Look, only got a freaking beef stew in the freaking you know what I mean? In the tub. You know what I mean? Like you can't.
They got that Oregon Trail at the bottom of the bathtub, just that little skid mark.
Yeah, they have to
Those are gross.
put so many things in there so they don't see their filth. So they have to mask their filth. But even if we try to do that, a lot of stuff that they're masking their filth with is like glitter. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Dude, we come out of there all glittered up. It's like, dude, what happened, dude? Did a unicorn just shit you out? You know what I mean?
You look like you stepped out of the page from Twilight, the book.
Yeah.
Vampire.
Glistening, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's for me, that's what it's like. I've tried to, it's like the same thing for me. It's like, dude, I'm afraid of my asshole leaking, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna sit there, with my asshole literally wide open into
meanwhile,
the
you
water.
got incontinence. You think it's 2 for 1, but not really. It's 1 for 1. Because once you pee or shit in the tub while you're in it, you're not clean anymore. What do you think this is? It's not a tub of Clorox that you're sitting in.
Yeah, and then I don't know, dude. So yeah, that would be probably one thing for me. Is like if we can normalize, because for men, this is the only way you can be in a tub. Okay, you have to be in a hot tub, right? So you have to have a reason. Oh, I'm an athlete. You know what I mean?
Yep.
or I'm recovering from workout, or I'm rich in my hot tub. You know what I mean?
It's you're flexing at that point.
Yep. Or you have to take an ice bath to
Dude,
be manly. You know what I mean?
I would love to have an ice bath at home.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's
I
the
would
only
love
one we
an ice
could
bath.
take.
Well, no, I mean I like it because I feel like it feels so nice afterward. Like
It's-
a nice cold shower, right? Like after working outside in the yard for several hours and it's like really hot and you're all gross and sweaty, and then you hop in the shower and I crank it as cold as possible. There's something refreshing about it. I love
Your
it.
bones feel good.
Yeah,
you know?
like there's less inflammation.
Everything's like. But yeah, so we have to patent pending. We're gonna make a bath bomb. You throw it in there, ice come out of it, dude. It's called the ice bomb, baby. We throw that thing. Not to be mistaken for the people that freaking try to scare migrants either. Okay.
Yeah, no,
You throw
not
the
that
fucking-
kind of bomb.
You throw the ice bomb in there, dude, and now you're chilling. You know what I mean? That would be a
Yeah.
good invention, dude.
That
It
would
like
be nice.
crystallizes like some of the water.
I'd be our first customer.
You know, but that's what we have to go to the extremes, either super hot or,
Or
super
super
cold,
cold,
for
yep.
men to be like, oh, you can take a bath. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
And feel
sauna. Like
comfortable.
sitting in a sauna is manly.
Yeah. But you go to the steam room, dude. What? You know what I mean?
Dude, I love the steam room too.
Exactly. But I gotta go there when nobody's in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What would I do that is considered girly? Dude, probably cry.
Oh, dude, I cry all the time, dude. So
Dude,
I
man, you
can't
know how
relate
hard
that
it
one
is to be
you.
like to just be prideful, not allow your tears to fall out, just because you don't want people to see you cry. Some tough shit. Okay, women, you don't know what it's like. You get to cry and people love it. Other guys, not so much.
Well, I guess that's true. Cause like if I cry a lot all the time, dude. Like when I watch something corny, dude, I cry. I don't know why, but
I'm getting to that point where it's hard for me to control it at this point.
yeah.
But like if I'm around people, I will find something. I will tell myself something in my head, so I'm not even paying attention. Like I'm watching, but I'm not focused on it.
Yeah, and girls are like they can cry because somebody bought them an energy drink. You know, he's like, oh, you got me a drink,
Dude, it's
and they start crying, and they're like, oh my god, she cries all the time. That's her thing.
yeah. There's this. I think I mentioned it before on this podcast. It was a close family friend. She was one of the few people that my parents ever trusted, like watching us if they had to go do something, like run a quick errand or whatever. Like they watched my brother when my mom was giving birth
Oh,
to
and they
me.
passed away.
Yeah, and she passed away, and like, that's the like one of the most appropriate times to cry, right? I wouldn't allow myself the luxury of crying just because, in some weird way, I mean, there was a sense of self pride, like I don't want people seeing me cry, but at the same time, I'm like, you kind of want to be strong for others, right? I think that was what I was going through, mostly that as opposed to, and then like, I was there for 3 hours, and then I saw her in the casket, and like her kids are crying, and they're like just a little bit older than me, and I grew up playing with these kids and all that. Like at some point I just realized I can't just do this and I have to let go, and I felt so much better afterwards. And I always think of that. Every time I cry, I feel better. That doesn't mean I want to go intentionally cry. I know some people that do. Someone who watches this show loves to put on sad songs and just cries on
really?
purpose. Yeah. Just to do it. I wouldn't go to that far. I just go when I know when my emotions need to be let out, and if crying is the only appropriate emotion to let out, or action to let out that emotion, I would allow myself that luxury. As of right now, that's not the case.
What else would be? That's a good one. Crying is always a good one for boys. You know what I mean? Oh, one thing that you had also mentioned is compliments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yes. So I wanted to make that known. We talked about this on several episodes ago. I don't remember what one, but we were talking about how guys are reluctant to give compliments because it's like frowned upon or clowned upon. Women never take it seriously. Like, you're just saying that to blah, blah, blah. That was actually probably the number one response out of the first 15 responses I saw that people put in that thread. That was at least 8 of the responses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so more than half of the first 15 were saying, oh, I'd compliment and hug. Like those were combined.
Yeah, because like compliment another guy, you're like, dude, what's up with you? You know what I mean? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like you're trying to like jock his style or something like that. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Oh, I like your shoes. You're like, whoa, what do you mean you like my shoes? You know what I mean? You trying to freaking steal my swag? You know what I mean?
Oh, if you fucking want to know where I bought them, they're
Trying
not for
to take
you.
my drip? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're like, whoa, 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 what do you mean? You know what I mean? What do you mean you love me, dude? Huh?
Bro, I'm heterosexual.
Yeah. I'm joining the Navy, dude, okay? I'm trying to be a Marine, dude. Okay?
Dude, I am few, but I'm not proud. Come on.
So yeah, so that's like compliments, because yeah, like for guys it's like it's hard to give a compliment, and it's almost like when we give a compliment, it's almost like with we kind of have to be like smart asses with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where it's almost like you're teasing, like you're almost
Yeah,
roasting
yeah.
them.
Yeah, like we on the drums, like, oh, well, damn, what's up, you beautiful bitch? You know,
like-
I'll think I'm into a guy.
Yeah.
You'd be like that. What's up, you beautiful bitch?
Or like back to the shoe thing is like, oh, where'd you get those Jordan at? From fucking Payless?
Yeah,
Some
something
shit
like
like that. Just like,
But you like
it's a
them, you know what I mean?
compliment, but
Yeah.
you got roasted.
You have to like
for it.
mask it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's the nice fucking shirt. You know what I mean? Where do you get them? Walter Mercado? You know what I mean? So you gotta say something like
I got it
that.
at the swap mercado.
Yeah, you know. So then, yeah, but that's also one. You usually gotta mask it with like, with something. You know what I mean? It's like you say something nice, but bam, you gotta freaking
You gotta immediately find a way to insult them.
yeah, just to freaking
Just to keep your man
keep your
card.
manhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one. Maybe one that would be nice is like normalize girls opening the door for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Open the door for me like a fucking king.
Yeah, we're doing
You're out
hard
here, oh, I'm
labor
a
work.
queen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A queen. I'm a king with the Kaang.
That Kangaskhan.
Yeah, they open my car door when I'm about to drive us there in my car. Why don't you open my door,
Dude,
huh?
gas ain't cheap
Yeah,
now.
right now.
Especially after it was hoarded from
Yeah.
this digital hack.
Yeah, open the door for me. You know, why do I gotta open your door? You know what I mean? You're riding shotgun.
Plus, as a man, our responsibility is to protect the woman if there's a threat or a danger. You need to conserve all that energy in case you have to fight.
So yeah, keep us energized. So open door for us. Now one thing that they say, I have yet to run into a girl that's like, oh, I'm gonna pay for your food or whatever. You know what I mean? Because then like it's like a loose, you know. They're like, oh, you
really
can't
is.
pay for this meal because you're just trying to have sex with me. It's like, no, I'm trying to be a gentleman.
But then they won't have sex with you if you don't take them out on the date anyways.
Yes.
Oh, you're going to have to take me out before you get in these pants.
Yeah. Why don't you freaking pay for it? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're going to pay for my meal. You know what I mean? And then you're going to be like, hey, I want to fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, and then
And if it's
you just start
consensual, who
fucking me.
cares?
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You just start touching me. Okay? So after that, we get in your car because actually I'll open the door for you because you're driving at this point. You know what I mean? Instead of
We're
me
just
driving.
swapping the gender roles at this
Yes,
point.
I'm gonna open the door for you, and then I'll open it for you to get out of the car because you're gonna pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you take me out to the restaurant. You know, you pay for the meal, and then
Then
on our
you
way
walk
back,
him up, you walk us up to the door after the date.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Now you try seeing how that kiss is going to go.
You touch my butt a little bit. Hey,
Yeah.
how's beefy? Well, what's this beef down here? You know, it's at 85%. You know, it's like I was just thinking, if you wanna play some video games, something, you know,
You play Xbox?
huh? Well, I got a box. You know what I mean?
I got a
And
box
you'll
I'd
be
like
the
to
act.
play in.
So yeah, you know, why don't you do that to us? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get freaking wine, dine, and freaking banged. You know what I mean? Do that to me.
That would be interesting to
Dude,
see.
wouldn't
like-
you feel great if a girl did that to you?
Of course.
She takes
We've
you
talked
out.
about this.
She does all this, and then she's like, by the way, I'm gonna fuck you.
Dude, of course I would feel great. I still, like, even when I think about when that those two chicks complimented my cheeks,
Yeah. to
that
this
was
day,
over a year ago, and
he
I still
brings it
feel
up
good
all
about
the
it.
time.
Yeah,
and
it's
he's like, oh, dude, my cheeks are looking good.
they're just
He
nice.
hits him before the podcast starts.
Rosy.
He's like,
Let's get
oh,
some
my
color
cheeks.
in them.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
so yeah, dude, that would be.
So of course, yeah. If the compliment of the cheeks got me that excited, yeah, that would be the best date of all time.
Dude, that would be like a dream. I would almost think like something was wrong. You know, and be like, oh, what's going on that this girl's doing all of this for me. So yeah, normalize that. You know, you guys want to normalize like, oh, you got to pay me equal and all these things. We got to start where relationships begin, where love begins. You think we're gonna corporates? Because me, I don't decide your pay. You know what I mean? But you think the corporate males are gonna want to freaking pay you equal when you don't want to take them on a date? These guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to have them 50 Shades of Grey you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you try picking me up at the bar, you're buying me and my friends rounds of drinks. See how that hurts your wallet? That sucks.
But yeah, take me out on a date, baby, huh? Whichever one of you wants to take me on a date. I don't even care, just bang me, you know? Take me on a date, bang me, freaking...
Make me feel wanted.
Yeah, make me feel loved, huh? Make me want to cry. after that, then you don't call me.
You ghost me.
Yeah, you ghost me.
It's a win-win, really, on our
And I get to
part.
cry, you know? I'm like, dude, this girl, she took me on a date. Oh, she paid for everything. You know, she went into my, she went into my place and she grabbed me by the penis and she said, I'm gonna bang you. And she banged me and then she asked to return my calls. So yeah, if you're out there, you know what I mean? We can try that, normalize that. But that would be another thing. What's another thing
Start a
for you that
movement. That's a good question. I mean, I guess it kind of goes with the crying, but it was a whole like movies. Or I mean, I guess like I don't know. Certain drinks, right? Like if they're like really sugary, they call them.
oh yeah,
That's a
the
woman's
girl
drink.
drinks.
Yeah, that's a girly
Or
drink.
even beers. You're like, oh, you got that bitch beer. I'm like, dude.
It should taste. Why wouldn't you want something that tastes good?
Yeah, I'm not trying to taste the bottom of my bathtub again, dude. I just got done taking a bath. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to go run 20 miles. You want me to taste like if I'm just licking your nutsack after you ran the
Yeah.
20 miles in leather?
That strong
Let
beer.
me have something that tastes nice.
Oh,
for
you drink
once.
light beer?
Especially if you
Pussy.
pay money for it.
Dude, yeah, I can't have a freaking mojito anymore. You know what I mean?
That's classy. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't want. That's what I want, dude. I don't want a light beer, dude. I don't want Budweiser. You know what I mean? Tastes like horse sweat, and that's gonna make me feel manly.
Or
That's
they're
gonna make me
oh,
retreat
whiskey
the
on the
fucking-
rocks.
Yeah,
Ugh. I mean, I've done it, but it's
that's like more when you're like alone at home. You know what I mean? Why am I gonna order a drink that I can have alone? Because I'm poor and I don't know how to mix a drink.
true.
You know what I mean? I can do that for free here at my house. I want you to throw that sugar. I want you to throw that freaking asparagus. I want you to throw that mint. You know what I mean? Give me that drink that I can't make at my house.
Yeah, otherwise, what I like to do is I take 4 fluid ounces of water, I do 2 sprays of hand sanitizer, and I mix the shit and I drink it. There it is.
Yeah. My drink on the go. You know what I mean?
And that's why I never got COVID.
That Oscar the Grouch. That's what you got, dude.
So I never got COVID.
Give me that Oscar.
Remember, 4 fluid ounces of water, your pick, distilled, purified,
Smart
tap
water.
water, whatever water
Whatever
your
water.
preference. 2 squirts of that fucking hand sanitizer in there. Swish it up a bit. Throw a little spritz of lemon if you'd like. Throw that baby back. No COVID.
Yeah, and now you got to be careful with the hand sanitizer because now there's some that are like straight up just alcohol. You know, before you could tell it's like, oh, this one's like a little bit more jelly, the consistency, you know, it's a little more gelatinous, you know? And now, dude, you got some of those. The ones that they have now, you barely press the thing and it freaking just shoots a freaking
It's like out of a
load.
flask.
It's like, you know, it's like a spider, like Spider-Man. You're like, what? Dude, it doesn't even get your hand. You get it all over your clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hate those, dude. So those are the best for alcohol right now. You know what I mean?
Just find the ones that are really, really, really runny.
Yeah. So that anything else for that girls can do that we can't? Let's see. Oh, pee sitting down, you know? We've talked about
We talked about doing
leaving
that.
the toilet seat up. It's because we have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Otherwise, the pee's gonna get all over the seat.
Yeah. Now that you guys are like, oh well, it's convenient that you guys can just pee so easily. Yeah.
That's true in nature, but
Ask
when you're
Jesus,
in a house,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
You think I want to pee standing up the whole time? Literally, my gravity's like my dick's like, oh, you got a long dick. No, it's gravity. You know what I mean? It's taking a toll on it,
It's
dude.
winning.
Yeah.
Newton's law. Newton's law. Gravity. Gravity always wins.
Yeah.
On Earth, it does at least, anyways.
So yeah, so you wanna males, you know, we get that freaking dude. Imagine a world, dude. You know, freaking everything just
Just falls and dangles. There's
Yeah,
like no
dude.
spot for it.
looking like you got a bat down there sleeping. You know what I mean?
A little salamander, you know, just chilling.
Like we literally, yeah, we just dropped our penis and it just lands on the water, basically. At that point, you know what I mean?
And then people then women are disgusted on like, oh, you're disgusting.
Dude, we're disgusted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're
We
disgusted.
wish the thing could freaking pee a little bit better. You know what I mean?
But it doesn't. That's not how
Yeah.
it works. Science.
Oh, you peed outside of the freaking bath, dude. I just splashed that hard. You want me to drink a gallon of water or not?
You want me to be healthy or not?
You know what I mean? It's gonna get a couple splashes.
What color was it? Was it extra dark yellow? No? You're welcome. I stay hydrated.
Yeah, because there's the dark yellow ones. You know, you're not gonna get that outside of the toilet. You know what I mean?
No.
Because your stream is barely.
It
dude.
burns when you're peeing at that point.
Ganges River, dude. You know what I mean? But when you're drinking, you got that Mississippi. You know what I mean? It's gonna spill, dude.
It's like a fire hose at that point.
You're gonna go to 10,000 lakes. You know what I mean? Don't hate me.
Now all of a sudden you're in Minnesota in your bathroom.
Yep. Freaking purple rain, dude.
R.I.P. Prince.
But yeah, dude, I mean that's all I gotta say for I think for girls, dude. I don't think what
Yeah, I mean paint nights would be actually pretty fun as guys.
paint nights
Like
for
yeah,
guys only.
think of your group of guys.
Oh, that would be
Just
fun.
go and you clown around and you paint this picture. Because again, we can't give compliments to each other. So instead of saying, hey, yours is really good, we just find some shit to talk about your painting.
That would still be pretty fun.
Oh,
Though.
it would be super fun.
Strip your painting, dude. What the fuck is that? Picasso, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Freaking Picasso Keller, huh? Who's that over there, dude?
Picasso paints better now than you.
Yeah.
He's dead. R.I.P. Picasso.
So yeah, it would be a good one. And then which one that we did talk about was like putting the what is it? The facials and the cucumbers on your eyes.
The little masks, facial masks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's like boys, like you're taking a chance. You know what I mean, dude? Those look. They take your blackheads out, dude. Those look nice. I want one.
It looks relaxing, you know?
Yeah, getting a pedicure and stuff like that. You know what I
It's a
mean?
great way to unwind. I've gotten pedicures before.
But it's like just taking your feet out. You know what I mean? It's like
It makes me uncomfortable. I
yeah,
will
that's
say
what I'm
that.
saying.
Makes
It
me
is
very
uncomfortable. Like, oh
But
man,
it feels good afterwards. Like the whole time I'm kind of nervous and my anxiety's kind of high. But like once I leave and I'm in the comfort of my own car, I feel good.
yeah. So yeah, normalize it because I've never had one. You know.
Yeah, my sister like pressured me for the longest time, and then many of my friends did too. And so I finally went with my sister, and then at that point I told my friends like, "Hey, I'm with my sister, so I'll go now." So I sometimes go with them.
Yep. So R.I.P. to just the things that we want us men. You know what I mean?
Can't have.
One day we'll get there. But what's wholesome advice? Think we got any wholesome advice for these peoples?
Yeah, don't stay in. It's summertime. I imagine. I mean, if you're in the northern hemisphere of the world, it's warm. Okay, get out, do something, enjoy some sunshine, enjoy people. It's been more than a year with this whole COVID nonsense, so I think at this time for sure, these gatherings you should take advantage of them.
Yeah, so that's a good one. Get out, get on the sprinklers. You know what I mean? Get the sprinklers out. If you got kids, let them get wet. You know what I mean? Let them play with the hose. Also, my wholesome advice, I'd say plant some plants. You know what I mean? Because that's one thing that helps me want to stay outside is I plant a couple, peppers, a couple tomatoes and stuff like that. And now I got to go out and water them. You know what I mean? And then, I feel the breeze. Oh, I see the birds, Oh, I want to be outside. I want to, I want to cook. I want to eat outside. I want to spend time outside, like you said.
Yep.
But the thing that helps me is like the plants. And then guess what? You got to eat the plants. You got to watch them grow. You know what I mean? So yeah, get some plants, plant them flowers. Make sure you get perennials so that way you can keep having flowers all the time. You get the annuals, they're dead. You know what I mean? So get a couple of perennials. Then that way you can have them every year. Make a couple cool arrangements. Plant a couple strawberries. If you kill a strawberry, you're an idiot at that point. But get a couple plants, a couple flowers, and then you're
home set.
good to go, dude. But that's my wholesome advice, dude. And hopefully, we see Javier.
Let's hope
Hopefully
so.
not. You know
Maybe
what I
we'll
mean?
just see Cynthia instead.
Well,
That might be the movie.
not in that way, you perverts. Okay, just here.
Sickos.
Yeah, she's a married woman. Okay.
We respect boundaries.
Yeah. Well, some of us, some of us live without.
I meant us
without
by you
borders.
and I. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we'll be there. Hopefully next week. And anything else? Any words after encouragement? Anything else you want to say?
Nope. I already gave them.
All right. Well, follow us on Instagram. Listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, whatever. And love you guys. It's your boy, host Beefy.
This is Host.
Catch you guys later.
Take care.